Good morning, Year 4. This is Mrs. Fletcher-Brown again, and I'm here to talk you through Tuesday's English lesson. Okay, so yesterday you started writing the beginning of your narrative, and I'm sure you did incredibly well. And the work that you would have submitted via Class Dojo to your class teacher will have been read, and your class teacher should now have given you back 2 areas that they want you to focus on in today's work. So, for example, if your class teacher has given you back the areas of punctuation and description, then before you begin today's work, I'd like you to look over the work that you completed yesterday and using a different coloured pen, ideally green if you have it, but that doesn't matter too much. I'd like you to look back over your work from yesterday, and I'd like you to see if you can improve those areas that your class teacher has given you to focus on. For example, if they've given you description, then you'll need to go back through and see if you can improve some of the description that you've got in your piece of work. It might be that you think you might include another sentence that adds a different level of description altogether. It might be that you decide to describe some nouns with some adjectives, so creating more expanded noun phrases. It might be that you can find those nouns, the naming words, and the verbs, the doing words, and see if you can swap them in for other nouns and verbs which are more adventurous. A thesaurus or a dictionary are really good resources to use at home for this. If your class teacher has given you, for example, punctuation, that probably means that you're missing some full stops or some capital letters in the right places. Read your work out loud, hear where those pauses should be, and put your full stops in. Remember that a capital letter follows every single full stop or exclamation mark or question mark. So take the time to focus on those 2 areas that your class teacher has given you and improve your work from yesterday. And then I want you to turn to the next 2 areas of your plan. So the what happens and who comes next. And I'd like you to write those parts of your story now. Just like yesterday, see if you can include those fronted adverbials, that high level of description. Remember, we want to really entice our reader. We want to engage them. We want to make them feel excited to read our story. Paint pictures with your words. Try and think about what you might be able to hear or see or smell or even feel if you were actually in that story. And see if you can describe it really, really beautifully. Again, like yesterday, take your time. We're not rushing through this. It might be that today you only write 2 paragraphs, one for what happens and one for who comes next. But take your time to focus on those. A high level of description will be really, really wonderful to see. And once you finish, submit your work via Dojo, and your class teacher will read through and give you feedback ready for tomorrow. Well done, keep going, aim high, and we'll see you tomorrow.